Guys are really playing hard to get, and I love that for you. My knowledge and wisdom is chasing you, but you are faster, and that is okay. I'll be right here when you're ready. So if you're watching this video, hopefully you've watched the prerequisite peace, light, and prosperity video where I talk about how society tries to chase us out of our prime, make sure they neutralize us before we even have the opportunity to reach mental and physical maturity. So for me, this whole thing started out, I was on TikTok live probably a month ago now, and this man, I was on TikTok live probably a month ago now, and I was just saying random things, and I mentioned that I actually want a baby. Not because I'm ready for a baby. I just kind of want a cute little mini me to keep me company, to nurture, to dress up. Like, I definitely am not ready for the reality of having a baby, but I am ready for the fantasy. You feel me? And I had a guy, and that was my first mistake. And I don't know why TikTok keeps doing this to me. I'll be on live and just men coming and going, usually on some bullshit trying to hit on me. But this guy I thought was we were friends, we were mutuals. And he was like, you should freeze your eggs. Just like that, with that kind of glee in his face. And I'm like, freeze my eggs? I'm 25. How old do you think I am? He says 26, 27. And I was like, so in your head, in a year from now, I should be looking to freeze my eggs? And I kind of go back and forth. I'm pushing back because it's this thing that men like to do where it's like, well, you're past 24. It's, you have limited value. Time's almost up. And so immediately I had to clock it because there might be women watching this video. I'm not about to let you put these toxic thoughts in the mind of my pupil. You got me completely fucked up. So I kind of say to him, like, so in your head, in a year from now, I seriously need to consider freezing my eggs. Are you mad? And then also for me, I was like, well, there's been new research coming out saying that this whole idea that a woman prospects of having a baby after 40 is too late is not true. And also the idea that men have that curdles pretty quickly too. Everyone's pretty much in the same boat as far as the fertility window. In more recent years, we've come to discover that. So I kind of dropped him, blocked him, and I said, you should read more. But more than that, he kept trying to tell me, oh, it's the smart thing to do. It's the smart thing to do. You mean to tell me in my mid to late 20s, the smart thing to do is to spend, I don't even know how much this stuff costs, but it can't be that cheap. Tens of thousands of dollars that I don't have on freezing eggs that are perfectly fine. You want me to feel geriatric? You want me to feel past my prime so bad that you would have me waste thousands of dollars trying to validate this idea that my birthing window was... my prime birthing window was 2 years ago? Are you mad? So then it kind of inspired this speech because I feel like a lot of women out there need to hear it. And it is the fact that this whole rushed timeline, this biological clock that they're trying to push on us, it's really a bio weapon. They are using it to rush you in. Because then he was like, oh, so you're looking to get married in the next 1 or 2 years? And I was like, and what if I don't? It's like, basically he's like, if you don't want to freeze your eggs, then you need to get something cooking, girlfriend. And it's like, first of all, I'm sorry I even made this your business. I would think that most people would have the decorum and social awareness to just be like, yeah, I could see you as a mother, hee, and keep it light. But since you want to get personal, I really had to shut it down. I really had to put him into check because the fact of the matter is I could wait 10 years. I'm 25. I could wait 10 years and still have beautiful, chocolatey, tall, intelligent, children. Like, it's really not as pressing as you want me to believe it is. And the fact that and I hate the fact that I'm supposed to assume that this man was just speaking, because some people I've talked to about it would be like, oh, he was speaking out of term, he didn't mean it. Huh? No, baby. And nothing, when you're an adult, nothing is really that much of an accident. He said it because he meant it. He said it because it was supposed to evoke a feeling within me as a bright, sparkling star full of potential that I am. He wanted me to feel, it was a form of trying to humble me. He wanted me to feel that even though I'm in my prime, I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm that, I'm on my way to being successful, that I should never forget the fact that I'm still a woman and I have maybe 1, 2, 3 years before it's over. God forbid I ever turn 30. It's a wrap. It's a wrap on my youth and vitality. That's what they really want you to believe. And I hope you guys enjoyed that video, my PLP video. I try to get those out first thing in the month so that you can really stew on it for these conversations that I'm currently having by myself, but I'm going to forgive you for that one. And so I delivered it. I printed it out. I went back to my speech and debate days, and hopefully it felt more conversational, like I'm trying to make these videos. Hopefully eventually I can just be off the cuff. What's his name? Leo Skeppy. I don't know really what his teachings are, but his style of content creation, him and Pearly, my total inspiration. So I really had to digest why that interaction had me so vexed. Why did it upset me so much? And it is because at the end of the day, I know it's not true. I've had enough women who have taken their time to curate their life around me to know that this idea that if I don't follow the timeline of meeting my husband by 22, getting married at 24, and being pregnant by 26, I'm gonna be just fine. Those kids would be just fine. And the fact that man doubted my intelligence enough to try to pull that stunt, it really got under my skin. And I realized the reason why he felt so comfortable to do it is because a lot of women maybe don't have those examples around them and would go for it. It's a tried and tested method to make women feel like they don't have the value that they do. When they try to limit your time, they're limiting your possibilities. And even though I knew enough not to let that slide, I don't think all women see themselves. They just haven't had the world open up for them to be able to see anything other than this rigid timeline that they try to impose on us. So, I want to talk about this whole idea of being in your prime at 19. That's a teenager. They want you to believe that you're big mama at 19 because it empowers you to make 19-year-old decisions. It empowers you to act like a 19-year-old and make decisions that you will pay the consequences for the rest of your life. At the end of the day, they just want you off the market so that you have to answer to a husband and not come up with your own idea of what success and prosperity looks like. They are quite literally rushing you past the finish line and into retirement so they don't have to deal with you. And I feel like a lot of women are going to go for it, even though my video, if you would watch it in time, could totally save you. I get it. A lot of women are going to go for it, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just one of the mechanisms of how society works, and they need someone to churn out their children, so they'd rather get you in the game quicker so you have more time to repopulate the earth. But even if you make the decision to insert yourself into this life prematurely, it's not like you're stuck in it. You can always reframe and you can always liberate yourself. You can always completely renovate your life. But wouldn't it be so much better, instead of having to settle for a fixer upper, to give yourself a custom build, to take your time and be able to actually vision. You see my vision board? Envision what you want and systematically make it happen. I just feel like they're robbing you of the opportunity to be your own creative director, to decide what everything is going to look like and how it's all going to work. And for me, I think the most important thing that we need to keep in mind is that our prime is not really correlated with when we're the most beautiful or the most youthful. It's when we're the most fulfilled, when we're the happiest, when we're the most liberated. Please do not associate your value with how young and pretty you are. Because one thing is for sure, the type of beauty that is most appreciated universally is not a sustainable one. I believe that a woman who loves and takes care of herself will get to be beautiful every day of her life for as long as she continues to make that investment. But I mean, I don't think anyone's going to argue that this universal standard of beauty is something that most people get to experience for such a short amount of time. Don't limit your happiness to the ages of, I mean, at this point, if we're honest, like 16 to 24. That's what they don't want to tell you. They find you attractive before you're even an adult, much less a mature adult. And I'm really hoping that video one day does pick up traction, because I poured my heart and soul into it. I'm really trying to reach you guys before it's too late. And even if you feel like it's too late, it never really is. Your prime doesn't end, it compounds. You will always find a way to reach a new peak as long as you keep having regard and respect for yourself, as long as you are invested enough in your own happiness to continue to look for the things you enjoy, to indulge in your passions and desires. Babe, this idea of a peak that they're selling you on is only when you are the most valuable to them, not when you are the most valuable in reality. I just hope that was clear in my original video, and that's why I do these follow-ups. It's supposed to be an opportunity for me to respond to comments that are right now not coming in, but I just had to come here and try to have a stream of consciousness about it, because I think it's so important. At the age of 25, I am also fighting with this feeling of inadequacy, of falling behind, because I mean, despite my personal, like my own self-discovery and trying to hold my own beliefs and fortify myself and be self-assured, I mean, this kind of indoctrination goes deep. It's something that we've heard since we were able to understand and communicate with other people. And I think when you're young, you cannot imagine a time after, I'll say 23. And when you find yourself on the other side of 23, a lot of us can have a crisis, because it's like, well, they told me those were the best years of my life, and I guess now it's time to be an adult. But who told you adulthood isn't fun? They don't want you to discover that you can have this kind of free and independent and opulent, fantastical fun as an adult, because that will distract you from the roles and duties they want to impose on you. I just hope that I can find my community of women so that we can just block out the noise, block out the haters, and focus on what's really important. And what's really important is whatever you decide is important. Okay? Can I get an amen? That's all I have for you today. And I just want you to remember that no matter what is going on or not yet going on, you always have something to look forward to because peace, light, and prosperity await. Ciao.